Hello, and welcome to this workshop on retirement savings challenges for women and strategies to help overcome them. Before I introduce myself, I want to thank you for joining me, and I hope you learn a lot about common questions and concerns many women have as we head toward our retirement years. This is an introductory workshop focused on retirement challenges for women. Even so, you may know people, family, or friends that might find this information helpful. What's important to remember is that the early phases of retirement planning should be based on your unique situation. There isn't any best plan, and it's not one size fits all. This workshop is designed to help you start thinking about putting together the pieces, such as your current income, assets, potential Social Security benefits, and rules, so you can put guardrails in place as you begin to make decisions for your retirement. You can work with me directly to provide you with a personalized consultation, a custom plan, and even Social Security tips and tools such as a roadmap to ensure you have those tools to help optimize benefits and break through common retirement challenges women face. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've been an insurance agency owner and advisor for almost 20 years. I'm a registered financial consultant, and as a credentialed financial advisor, I focus on evaluating and building comprehensive, personalized plans. These plans are designed to help clients protect their assets, manage wealth, optimize taxes, optimize and maximize Social Security benefits, and basically help set out a plan and goals for retirement, all while mitigating risk. As a trained and certified registered Social Security analyst, I help individuals, families, and business owners make informed decisions about when and how to claim Social Security benefits. For business owners, that can mean helping with succession planning and exit strategies that are focused on goals and outcomes. I love what I do, focusing on important insurance concepts in an easy-to-digest format. That's my superpower, teaching people how to be the best possible insurance consumer. All right, let's get focused. So, when it comes to saving for retirement and planning for retirement income, women do face a number of unique challenges, which I'll discuss in more detail. First of all, women generally live longer than men, which means they may need to plan for more years in retirement. Because of their longer life expectancies, women should also consider that they may spend some of their retirement years living on their own. Women often interrupt their careers to care for children and aging parents. Because of these career interruptions, women may spend less time in the workforce and earn less money than men in the same age group, which could result in saving less for retirement and having a Social Security benefit that's lower. It's important to recognize these challenges and plan accordingly. Let's look at each challenge a little more closely. Statistically speaking, and all other things being equal, you're likely to live longer than a man your age. Women on average live about 6 years longer than men. That, in and of itself, is not a bad thing, but it means you may need to plan for more years in your retirement. The bottom line is, don't underestimate the number of years you might spend in retirement. Women have a higher likelihood of living on their own when they retire. According to recent statistics, older women are much less likely to be married than older men. 47% of women are married compared to 69% of men. In addition, 30% of women aged 65 and older are widowed, and 17% are divorced. Among women aged 75 and older, 43% live alone. For married women, the loss of a spouse could mean a reduction in retirement income from Social Security and/or pensions. Women are more likely to have taken time out of the workforce to raise children or care for aging parents. Sometimes this is by choice, but moving in and out of the workforce has several significant financial implications for women. Lost income and employer benefits, such as retirement benefits and health insurance. This lost income means potentially lower savings as well. Also, a potentially lower Social Security retirement benefit. This is because your benefit is based on the number of years you've worked and the amount you've earned. Economic vulnerability in the event of divorce or a spouse's job loss. Possibly facing a more difficult time finding a job or a comparable job in terms of pay and benefits when you re-enter the workforce. Even women who do remain in the workforce are much more likely to request flexible work schedules to meet primary caregiving responsibilities, and these can affect their salaries as well as long-term career advancements. Women, sadly, still generally earn less than men. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, women who work full-time earn, on average, about 83% of what men earn. This wage gap can affect overall savings and retirement investments, Social Security retirement benefits, and for those lucky enough to have one, a pension. It also means women are more vulnerable to unexpected economic obstacles such as a job loss, divorce, single parenthood, illness, or the loss of a spouse. Because of these special challenges, planning for retirement is especially important for women. So where do you start? The first step is to ask yourself, how much annual retirement income will I need? It's often stated that you should plan on needing anywhere from 60 to 90% of your pre-retirement income and set that aside for when you retire. The appeal of this approach lies in its simplicity, but general guidelines like this one aren't really very helpful because they don't take into account your individual circumstances, your expectations, and your goals. It's fine to use a percentage of your current income as a benchmark, but it's more important to focus instead on all your current expenses and to really think about how those expenses will change over time as you transition into retirement. Let me give you an example. Some expenses like a mortgage and the cost of commuting to and from work might disappear during retirement. However, other expenses may increase, like yard care services, snow removal, or home maintenance. Things you might currently take care of yourself, but may not want to do or might be unable to do in the future. Don't forget about healthcare costs and medical expenses, especially when you enroll in Medicare and pay Part B premium, along with a supplemental or Advantage plan. And if you'll be using your newfound free time in retirement to travel more or take up new hobbies, you'll need to factor in those additional expenses as well. Though it may be difficult, try to list all of your expenses and project how much you'll be spending in each area when you retire. When you estimate your projected expenses in retirement, you can't assume things will cost the same as they do today. You will also need to consider the potential impact of inflation on those expenses. Remember, inflation is the risk that the purchasing power of a dollar will decline over time due to rising costs of goods and services. Inflation is often overlooked when planning for retirement. So, unless you take inflation into account, you may be underestimating the amount of annual income you'll need in retirement. If inflation runs at its historical long-term average of about 3%, a given sum of money would lose more than half of its purchasing power in a 25-year period. For example, assuming a 3% inflation rate means a gallon of milk that costs $4 today will cost $8.38 in 25 years. All other things being equal, inflation means that you'll need more retirement income each year just to keep pace. To outpace inflation and be sure that you don't outlive your retirement income, you should try to have a strategy in place that allows your income stream to grow throughout retirement. Strategies such as adjusting investments, optimizing Social Security, and leveraging insurance products such as annuities and whole life insurance. Let's wrap things up with this. Women do face unique challenges. You now have the information to begin taking actionable steps to making decisions so you can retire with confidence. Download my free bonus resource, the Women and Retirement Essentials Guide, and access my RSSA Roadmap Social Security Planning tool. Both of these tools are a free resource. Use the guide as a reference tool and then grab the QR code for your free personalized Social Security roadmap. You will be prompted to create your own secure account and begin entering your information into the roadmap. While it's a real simple tool to use and to get started, it can also be the launching point for building your comprehensive interactive planning and analysis platform. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn about retirement strategies for women. I hope you found this new information and these insights about retirement options that affect women are going to give you possible strategies as well as a peace of mind. Like I said at the beginning, I'm a teacher at heart. If you have more questions, feel free to reach out to me at avantihealthfirst.com.